Sorry for the big delays, everyone. We're here now with Swimwear Sync 138 on this lovely, lovely Valentine's Day. So, quick update, because we're so late, our stream team has already started their first match, and it's 1.2 Half-Life right now with Super Team 5, but we have a short time to introduce ourselves. I've dragged Fufu here tonight with me. Hi!
Hello, hello, hello. There we go. My mic was being a little bit silly. Hello, and again, yes, welcome everyone to Swimwear Sync. As Lila has already mentioned, we are a game in here with Half-Life taking the first game. We have, of course, our rosters on screen, and looking at the next stage that is up already, Macomart Tower. We love Macomart. We're jumping right into it. There is no time to waste back here.
We've been waiting for a while, so I wouldn't say their team wants to wait either as well. So we're gonna jump right into it. It's gonna be a very interesting match to look at. We got some unique weapons coming out. We see a Machine Neo. We see Rapid Deco. Yeah, Rapid Deco on the side of Super Team 5 as well. But we have a Nautilus on both of the teams, and I know that we have a thing about the Nautilus.
We have a bit of a not active. Unfortunately, that not is going to be going down with the rest of their teammates. That is already 3 down on, I believe that's Half-Life right now, and that is a perfect advantage here for Super Team 5. You know, taking every moment right off the bracket tower and move that checkpoint right along. Again, we are playing quick. This is what Splatoon is like, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, I mean those coolers from the pencil on the back is will make those pacing as fast as you can. And on top of that, Super Team 5 has double Zuka at the moment, and they are pushing this tower down to 44 points.
Our currently going down over the Nautilus play and ending up with the tower slowly inching back to more that has moved to the ground in their favor right now, but Half-Life is trying to make them get back to slot, and with one of the members out of the way and a hammer rapidly approaching that unfortunately didn't quite make it there. It seems like things are actually starting to turn around a bit here.
Yeah, seems so. Half-Life has got some ground back with their specials and having the tower ride back, but Lunasac with the Zuka is going to be able to find one. Whoa! Top left there, finding 2 picks with the shot, now able to just secure the tower once again for Super Team 5. They're on a roll right now with this momentum, and they have Cooler ready to go.
That Cooler is going to be an incredibly big help here on the field. Honestly, taking advantage of the fact that they are putting a lot of paint on the floor, even with their members going down, of course. I don't think that member was quite coolered yet, but Half-Life is already quickly making their way back to center. But again, as I'm going to take a little bit of a turn on the turf that they put down earlier, it helps them just maintain a lot of the space that they have been attempting to keep here and are continuing to keep for the most part, considering this tower is still attempting to move.
Yeah, but they really have to try and clear up some more space if they really want to be able to clear this checkpoint, because they've been on this court area for the side of Half-Life for quite a while now, and it seems to be going back in favor of going to fight in the middle side of things, and that's going to be 3 down numbers for the side of Super Team 5. As we said, that we're just going to be looking into Half-Life trying to secure that space the Super 5 team did just now to get that first check with that hammer to try and stall it out as long as they... Oh, goodness.
That was a crazy hammer kill right there, but that machine coming in to put a stop from anything else happening there. And seeing these jets from Half-Life here just attempting, but going right down. It is a pincer after pincer here on the field, bloodshed after bloodshed, but Half-Life is starting to get their foot on the ground considering these numbers on the tower that are starting to take down. But it is going to be Super Team 5 here that's still trying to retaliate, not allowing them to get any further here, just slowly picking members off, seeing their support has already gone down here.
Yeah, definitely. 3 down again on Half-Life, and the support, like you said, going down isn't going to help much. The Cooler now starts from 0 from scratch to try and get them up into speed and up into form. That Rain and the pencil with the Cooler is going to set this thing up, set the stage for Super Team 5 with this push, because they have those Sukas ready to go as well. One of them has been pushed out, the second is ready to hold out. But currently, we're still waiting on... No, actually, we're not. Super Team 5 actually managed to clear up the space on the right side alleys, and now they're going to be able to clear this checkpoint.
Yeah, and with an extra 2 down on Half-Life right now, Super Team is looking well on their way to a potential knockout, especially with this Cooler coming out from the field. This is going to be very tense if Half-Life wants to take this back, but it's not going to be possible with Super Team 5 knocking out the second game.
I want to know what happened in between waiting for them, maybe waiting for us to start everything because of the technical difficulties, and then Super Team 5 just absolutely just hold no bars in that match just now, Fufu. It didn't paint like a 1-0. Maybe it could have been just like a very close game that got flipped last second. Yeah.
Because considering that we are now even on the score right now, I want to say so. I want to say it probably was an incredibly close game, or it really could be anything. It is up to the imagination of not only us, but anyone else that is out there right now. But I'm at the next stage right now.
It was Clam. It was Clam Manta. It was Clam Manta.
Really? That was the first.
Yeah. That was first game. So it either really. Oh no, I think I know why. Maybe I don't know. Actually, that's not a good conclusion because I know reputation-wise, Meko is another very popular Dread one trick out here in the midfields recently, from the last few months going into mid-level recently. So it's been one of the main, figures that has been wielding the bucket.
And honestly, and just Bucket is just a very nice pick on top of that. Like, now that we're speaking about Bucket, honestly, just being able to take over any ledges on that note as well. It's just an incredibly strong weapon if used properly. And they're a little silly. They can be little rats here and there, especially things like Price Locker. But we were talking about Dread and just the double range. I don't know, something about Dread. It's just so. I don't know if it's a sound or just the way it works.
Yeah, also we might actually have a little bit of an error on screen right now. I am not sure if Super Team 5 was the one that won the game. I have to double check, but we're in a little bit of issue at the moment. But like you said, it's interesting to see these buckets being in play, right? Because nowadays they don't really see much outside of how would I put it, outside of maybe Tri-Slosher, because Tri-Nouveau is the one that you would most want to play because Cooler and Vizzy Bomb.
No, yeah, I mean, there's no shade to Tri-Slosher either, because Tri-Slosher in on its own can be incredibly powerful, especially just like I said. I mean, Bucket's ledges are its bread and butter, but Tri-Slosher is just a quick one, and of course has Cooler or alternatively Jet, but we do see that Tri-Nouveau out. But looking at the score, we're still trying to figure this out.
I think it is. Yeah, Half-Life was a 2-0 on Super Team 5. So yeah, the story makes more sense now. It isn't 1-1 like we see. So yeah, now it's gonna be, I think, because it's also best of 5s, no, best of 3. So it is already one set going towards Half-Life here in Super Team 5.
A swift end, straight up 2-0 right off the bat. Here we go, and we did see it end in knockouts, so Half-Life is gonna be having an extra counter on their wins here.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see how they're gonna push up through this playing field against Super Team 5. But Half-Life is going to secure a spot already ahead of the rest of the group at the moment. So, let's see what's gonna happen next though. Let's just cut to a quick break, see if everything's gonna be smooth sailing from there, and we're gonna come back.
Hello, hello. We are back from our little bit of a break here. Going and skipping round 2 and going straight to round 3 with Ominous and Caution facing off here. Again, I am joined here by the lovely Lila. Lila, come say hello.
Hello, how's everyone doing this fun evening? How are you, Fufu?
I am doing great. We're chilling out for the day. How about you, Lila?
Yeah, it's gonna be a very uneventful Wednesday for me. It's just another Wednesday for me, but for some people, they're gonna be very, very lovely around this time of the day. But enough about them, because we are staring into two teams that we're very familiar with here, Fufu. Take us away.
Yes. Well, I'm familiar with one of these teams here on the board right now, which is Ominous. Very much knowing them for their interesting comps. I am very excited to see if we are going to see that Reflex and Tent out on the field today. I love seeing more off-meta picks, because it really is, it shows that you don't always have to pick what is on the popular end or on the meta end to take games, and I love to see it. What are your thoughts?
They've been working for a long time to get where they are right now, and very surprising, not surprising, but very hold on. Oh, choked on water. But very surprising for how they've gone through with the weapons that they have, quote unquote, like not top tiers or like not meta picks. It's just going to be it's gonna be very interesting to see for both of them. And like how do I put this? Because Day is not on the roster sheet, so I assume that they're not going to be playing. We're not going to get some Dynamo action either. However, I do think that there is another player on Ominous that does play Dynamo, but regardless,
we won't really truly see until the rounds are beginning, and it really is just it's a box of chocolate. You never know we're gonna get it. Valentine's Day, chocolate, laugh, cue the laugh cue. But yeah, for sure. And honestly, this is where I like to say, especially with teams like this, where meta is just a suggestion at some point, still can carry you a long way, really, when you think about it.
Definitely. I mean, if we're talking about low, not meta picks, we can talk about a couple of weapons that we personally would like to choose as well. Like Fufu. Let's get the biases out of the way here. I think both of us would prefer to play something that's not going to be a pencil.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, pencil quickly froze in the metas too. I think another thing was when the cooler meta arrived on top of that pencil and just its paid out play, just quickly rose those standards, which is unfortunate for our other Charger buddies. Hello, we are a Charger duo.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're a very drastically different Charger duos, because I'm the one that specifies way too much on the vanilla scope, and you specialize on the E-leader.
Oh no, I am more than just an E-leader. I dabble in all three, really, when you think about it. I did love the Splat Charger, especially in the early days of Splatoon when it came around. I loved the bomb. Just back as a thing. I know you're back propaganda, but I think propaganda. Honestly, a Splat bomb ink trick would be, T-Tech mirror, but it would have been scrumptious. Regardless, I still love that splash wall on that ZF. I love a lot of the characters. Even YouTuber, bro. Give me the YouTuber, don't be shy.
Oh, we can talk about custom YouTuber. Dude, custom YouTuber is actually fun. And like, in all regards, not the most practical thing ever, but it's so fun.
I know, right? Honestly, also twerps are just really funny to just mess around with. I actually caught myself playing a bit of a series, not even open. I ran into series with it and it worked. You can really mess around, especially with something like tower. Just you want off the tower? Have a torpedo, have missiles. Bye. Just wave them off.
Yeah. Like torpedo missiles is already annoying as it is. When you give it Fizzy and also Hammer, you just give it a frontline potential while also retaining the Boot Trooper silliness. You know, we love Boot Trooper.
For sure. And honestly, just there's a lot of underrated chargers out there, and it's unfortunate that honestly, in the beginning of the game, we always saw war chargers. If anything, we love to see it, and a part of me does yearn for those days back. I mean, sure, we have a charger in the meta. Pencil. I can't believe it. Okay, look, pencil's not bad.
It's not a charge. I'm joking. We're not here to spread propaganda. We're here to commentate sets. But speaking of commentating sets, we have some news that we're not going to be streaming the exact set that we mentioned. We're waiting on the actual confirmation for the next set. So, to anyone that was looking forward to watching Ominous versus Caution, we're sorry, but we're going to be skipping over that, and we're going to be telling you soon, hopefully soon, for what's going to come up next. And we're also skipping round 2, unfortunately. We're going to jump right into round 3.
Yeah, we have a little bit of a skip today, but that's okay. We were just waiting for a word from the council behind us. We have our little headsets in our ears. We're like freaking
the voices in our heads. Oh God.
Not the voices in our head, dog.
We got it. We got the voices from our heads telling us what the next matches would be. It is going to be Just Squidding versus Alliance Moon.
All right. I mean, still, I'm expecting a good match. Both of these teams do ring bells. Having seen Alliance Moon all the way back from then. Oh, geez. And Just Squidding, of course. I think a good chunk of us are familiar with that.
Oh, no, definitely. I think everyone's very familiar with Just Squidding. I think Alliance Moon a bit on the down, like on the off radar recently. They have exploded the scene when they fought over time a couple weeks ago in IPL Versus. But like Just Squidding also, I think, I don't know. I know Alliance Moon 100% isn't banned from Low and still eligible, and I also know Just Squidding isn't, I think. I don't know if they are. I forgot.
I'm also unsure, but honestly, the round can go either way, and seeing our screen change up, we are going to see the rosters being pulled up as well.
There we go. Maybe? Yeah, there you go. I'm just a little bit behind here. Oh yeah, I also forgot that Alliance Moon is going through a rosters change as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this new roster is going to be playing out for this SOS as well.
Yeah, I just saw one of my friends on the roster. I was like, hold on, I
matey, right?
Like,
matey, right?
I was like, wait, what are you doing here?
What is bro doing there, anyways? But
like,
not to let biases into this, but you know, Just Squidding and Alliance Moon, it's gonna be around the same level here, I would assume, because their seating within this bracket is rather close. So, we're gonna be interested to see how this goes, because I also believe the main reason, not to poke too deep into the thing, but like I'm sure Alliance Moon had a roster change because they lost their pencil player too, so they're just trying to find another one, I think.
Anything goes, but we never truly know what's going to be pulled out until the round starts. So I am curious to see what both of these teams are going to bring out, especially considering it's umami zones.
Do you like umami zones?
I am more neutral on it. It's an interesting map because we have the double zone features that it has, but also when you look at the spawn areas of it, it can be incredibly lockout heavy if a team can get that far and hold it. It can be pretty punishing if let be.
Yeah, definitely. And then also coming up later, we have Rainmaker Humpback, a very unfamiliar sight for me for a while, and also Clan Blitz Scorch Gorge. I think if you're a Charger player like us, you're not gonna like seeing the first 2 maps that's gonna come up.
Unfortunately, even arguably Scorch Gorge sometimes, it's like, while that middle is nice, I feel like sometimes there's other weapons that are more pleasant to play on these maps. I mean, Umami, you can get away with it just a bit. I'm okay playing ZF or Charger on this map, but it is definitely, you're playing a gamble anyways compared to Humpback, which, all right, come here, ballpoint, come on, you're having a whirl, you're having a run, come on, buddy.
Or just any other machine tri-slosher, maybe something with a fizzy bomb, wink wink. Or maybe, I don't know, Kraken, because there's tight chokeholds. Hammer works too, in my opinion, but you know.
All those things, I mean, you said
these are
bucket.
some, yeah. It's
Bucket on
some
humpback.
very. Oh yeah, bucket humpback is definitely something we can talk about. Ooh.
No, yeah, because I mean, yeah, I know Umami is highlighted right now, but humpback, we can actually circle around back to humpback. I mean, I could still see a ledge camp and weapon on Umami. I mean, I've seen Dynamos and Tri Slashers alike throw hands on this map. Honestly, man, I miss seeing a Dynamo. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not over that.
Yeah, definitely. But umami zones. It's gonna be very. I don't know. Oh, if we're talking about umami zones, I'm very like you as well. I'm very split on it because I can play my vanilla scope, but the downside comes with like I have to watch both sides, and it's kind of hard with the limited range that it has. I'm not saying that it doesn't have enough range, but I'm just saying I could use a little bit more maybe. I'm joking.
Not the little bit more. Go get on E-Leader. Get on E-Leader, you
No,
heathens.
no, not the
E-Leader jail.
E-liter
Fine.
jail. No.
That or pencil.
I mean, honestly, I'll take the E-liter jail over pencil jail. Real.
Yeah, honestly, I have to put a little more time into pencil
Ooh.
because honestly, it can be pretty fun with the proper teamwork. I sorry for not going against the pencil for 2 seconds, but I had to say it can be fun under certain circumstances.
Certain
It's just
circumstances when you have two burst bomb weapons and a range blaster, maybe.
oh geez. I mean, going any charger against weapons like that turns into a bit of a pickle, especially trying to find ledges. So
Hmm.
unfortunate, we gotta adapt to the game here.
You know what I want to see being played right now? It has been coming up a lot more, and especially in the zone recently too, the heavy edit.
Heavy edit's an interesting one. It's not bad at all, if anything. I mean, it does
It's
have
not.
cooler if I recall correctly. I'm not the most familiar with
Yeah.
how it plays. I mean, I kind of saw it at release and then I was like, "Oh, cool. Thumbs up." And then I turned away.
It's like the you remind me of the meme where there's just a group discussion and someone yells heavy edit and they raise the big thumb sticking out and just stick six packs into the conversation. That's you.
I thought you were going to do the one where it's like all the bunch of talking and it's just like it's entirely possible.
No. But like okay, it has curling bomb and it has cooler, and then also at the patch of like 6.0, it got a painting buff where the painting droplets has increased by like half, at least half in my experience. So it paints it paints better, not weller. I was about to say weller.
Well,
It paints better and it also gets you cooler faster, but it also did get hit with the 210 nerf just now.
oh, not the 210 nerf. I mean, 210 nerf. Yeah, no, that kind of sucks. I mean, looking there, I mean, it depends. It all depends, really, because then I'm looking at the alternatives. You have things like Knot and Ballpoint that, honestly, I feel would outclass there. And Knot, oh, geez, speaking of Knot is just. Knot is not a
Not.
list. That thing is a menace, by the
I mean, we
way.
saw it just now for one game. That both of the Nautilus were really eager to fight each other as well. But like Nautilus as a weapon does take a lot of skill to use, in my opinion. The timings, the amount of charge you have, and then the amount of range do you know that you can play with. It's a very big bunch that I think it's a good skill to have. I certainly can't.
It's like some people might disagree and be like, "Damn, this thing is easy," and then other times it's like it's really is. It's an opportunity picker, as I like to say. It definitely is the king of just not fair fights. It is there to intercept fights and does its job incredibly well in that end.
Yeah. It's gonna
Here's
be.
the
There.
I love Nautilus though. Genuinely, Nautilus in general is a really fun weapon, both between its markers and just the Storm. I love Storm.
What would you? I know people are on copium, but if Gold Nautilus does comes out, what do you want on it?
I I would not be able to say. I don't know. Listen, I played not as a pocket. I've only played it. So I think
Yeah.
I think I barely have it 4-starred. If anything, I played it a good chunk and well enough. But honestly, I think that's more of a question left for those that made the weapon.
Mm,
If anything,
you know what? True,
um,
true, true.
Swiffer on the
I,
other hand.
I, I wouldn't be like bad about. I wouldn't like complain about it if it had strikes, because I think that's the one of the few specials that it doesn't have as Splatling currently.
Strikes. I don't know. I don't know. I think I've gotten so used to the pointed terrain that like I'm just like, any other kid, yeah, sure, have fun. I'm like, have fun, kids. It's like you let the dogs loose, and you're just like, all right, go crazy.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, it's gonna go really fast with that set too, because although very supportive, you get the marks, you can start diving on people, and you also can use rain to heal yourself now. It's gonna be very fun to see it. But great news, we are going to start very soon, very hopefully. Yippee! So we're not gonna be
Yippee.
waiting here anymore. Mommy's gonna be the one game we're gonna finally get into here.
Yeah, it's like I'm sure we all been eager, waiting for this game to begin here. Again, both teams are just readying up, picking their weapons, getting ready to go. So, again, just shortly, we're taking a plane, we're taking a jump here to Umami Bruins. Again,
Yum.
this
Foo-foo.
lovely, interesting two-zone map that I partially have beef with. At least it looks cool.
It does look cool, but Fufu, have you received one of those Splatoon Valentine's cards today?
I have not actually. There's Splatoon Valentine's card. You might have to enlighten me on that.
The very cursed ones. Okay, so the whole gimmick behind these Valentine's cards for people is just that they use the gimmick slash like the only point of the weapon slash special slash like whatever character that it has, and then they just like and then they just put it on. So it's like not to be cheesy, but and it's just a picture
Oh my
of Kraken
God.
on it. That one's my favorite.
You're gonna have to send these to me. Oh my goodness. But I believe very shortly, we're on the very tittering edge of it. We are gonna be going to this match in just a second. Come on.
I think you're gonna hate this one that I
down.
see. I think you're gonna hate this one that I remember. Can I zip my caster to you because you're a backline?
Oh my God. Okay, we're starting the game. Everyone, heads up, heads up. We're on our way.
Heavy Edit and Nautilus, we got both.
There's no way we got both. There's
We got both
no
on
way
one team. We got both on Alliance Moon, bro. We got both.
I am seeing it right then there, which is interesting. We are having double spiraling on that side compared to we are seeing and a brush. We are seeing a brush from actually just Squidding here as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna look very like a triple midline type of deal coming from Alliance Moon at the moment. But the brush jump scare is gonna be able to take 2 picks off and get that zone early for just Squidding at the moment here.
Yeah, that brush might be very crucial, in fact, especially with all the range that Alliance Moon has, just making sure they can possibly, be a little sneaky and make their way into the face of Alliance Moon's player. But just Squidding already having the first set of points off the clock, rapidly approaching that halfway point, keeping Alliance Moon out as long as they can. But Alliance Moon now having special up and ready to go and attempting to recap the zone. But just Squidding is retaliating here on their own, trying to hold their ground. Alliance Moon pushing it in the way in, and that is what?
That was a rolling. That was a wait. I don't what? How do you roll a?
Maybe they rolled forward. Maybe they rolled forward.
No. They rolled a torpedo and then directed them within the same frame. How?
That's a Splatoon moment, and maybe some things are better left unsolved.
I mean, we're not gonna dig too deep into it, but it is gonna be a penalty applied for just Squidding, and it's gonna be Alliance Moon back on that offense. And with that offense comes Azuka and Heavy Edit painting all over the zone at the moment, but this zone is not gonna last too long for Alliance Moon as they're going 2 down, leaving them for an opening for a push at the moment. That penalty is also applied, Fufu.
For sure. Those penalty points applied indeed. Alliance Moon already making their way back to center to meet just Squidding, but seeing that jetpack from them as well, that might be able to put a few players out of commission. Brought that jet going down after taking someone else out. A clean kill there from Alliance Moon. Now having the zone back in their control, even though with Sticky Brush trying to get to the back, not quite finding the picks they need there, or the zone just going down there.
Yeah, and look at how fast that Heavy Edit paints. Just one sweep and you have that cooler from like 50% of the gauge there. That Zuka is going to be able to take Marta with those rapid there. Deco just now. And this retaliation from Alliance Moon is going to bring them slowly but surely creeping onto the lead flip territory as they do now. With the 2v2 going on, Meity is going to try and look for those picks but is unable to do so here from Fu.
Yeah, and just Squidding already quickly making the way back to center here. We're going straight for these zones. Applying those penalty points is probably their biggest priority right now. And with the one pick on top and this Jet coming out to take a second for the kill, that is a perfect situation here for just Squidding as they attempt to get that third kill. That is a Jet of all time getting a good amount of just picks there. This is a lot. This is a good advantage here for just Squidding, and this is right the position they want to be in. Not so much for Alliance as they go another down to Azuka. Cola coming in and taking kills. That is already 2 down again.
Just Squidding is not letting this aggression down. They're like, you got us in the first half, but we're going to punish all the mistakes that you're going to be doing, all of the mishaps that we're going to be seeing, and we're going to take advantage of that to get this lead back with 20 points down to Fufu. This is close for Alliance Moon. If they want to be able to take it back, they have to do it soon, and they're going to have to do it fast. As that Inkjet is going to start that push here, Fufu.
Yeah, that push is their calling horn. Alliance Moon capturing one of the zones already, starting to push just Squidding back. Just Squidding back, coming back to meet him right in the enter and knocking them out. That is a wipeout for just Squidding and a knockout on top of that. Just Squidding taking game 1.
Just Squidding with the long game hold here. Getting that knockout is so satisfying on this map. With a comeback like that, Fufu.
Absolutely. Like I said, that spawn can be brutal on that lockout, and just Squidding taking absolute advantage of that and just extra salt in the wound with that wipeout at the end of the game, sealing the fate for them to get this first game on the board. Yo!
I agree, but I didn't expect the double splatling plus what was the other one? Rapid? It was
not edit.
Not edit. There is a jet weapon. There is a jet weapon.
It was rapid and shot, if I recall correctly. I'm pretty sure it was, yeah. Which is an interesting one. I mean, they almost made it work, let's be honest.
Because triple midline, you know, it's very interesting. You have a lot of good chip, but like, who's going to be able to take the speed up to speed with the pushes and stuff?
I mean, they still had a shot, but really, it's just a shot. One shooter can only do so much, but even then, you know, they definitely had the range. It's just the close range from just Squidding. If they are able to get close enough, that is a disadvantage for the weapons with longer range. I mean, just Squidding taking this first game again. There was a pretty nice knockout by the end. By the last hold, it was just all right. We're locking in. We're taking this game, and definitely do that. But looking at the next stage, we are going to have practically almost a complete switch moving on to Humpback.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we're going to talk about buckets a lot on this, and I'm going to wonder if they're going to switch to buckets for both of these teams, because it is objectively, I think, the best weapon class that you can pick for this map mode, but there is some other options. There is some better options. Like you said, ballpoint could also be one of them. Pencil's not too bad, you know, because it's pencil, but...
Pencil could possibly still work. I have seen Pencil be read out on something like Humpback if they really feel like it.
Fufu. Just Squidding has ink brush too, remember?
That is true, which is going to be really fun on a map like this. Again, I've mentioned it before, but Humpback is a map that I feel you never have both properly planted on the ground, and it is a large playground, and really you are never safe on a mode, especially like Rainmaker on Humpback. It is not settled until that Rainmaker's in the pedestal with interesting comms coming out on the field. Let's get it.
Not much changes from the side of just Squidding. However, Alliance Spoon is opting out for a double shot and a wiper to be played with them too. So we have very, very aggressive specials coming from the side of Alliance Spoon here, working with that alongside just Squidding's already very aggressive stuff here as the trades are going into this neutral. Still gonna be looking forward to see who can get the advantage here first, Fufu.
For sure. And both teams are actively fighting for him with their wiper going down already on the clock. But Alliance Wood is going to be the first to grab that Rainmaker on the field and just running it towards that checkpoint. And they might just be able to get it here. Opting to go to the back, locking that Rainmaker into that pedestal. Perfect opening here for Alliance Wood and continues to put that pressure up, especially considering that Rainmaker that just got popped on the field.
They just shot their feet and then they died with the 2 shots, luckily. You don't do that on Pencil often. I mean, if you're really confident with a weapon, you're going to be able to do that consistently. But that's not something that any hammer would expect to do. Granted, that was a pretty long sightline for them to consider as well.
For for sure. I mean, confidence is key with a lot of the weapons. Confidence can make you do crazy things. But unfortunately, that path to the checkpoint was closed off for a split second, but just Squidding might be able to find it soon, especially with all the purple down on the field. They are stalling at the Rainmaker currently with the Lion's Moon, trying to make their aggressive plays, but not quite finding that. That path is open for the checkpoint here. It's just a matter of putting that fish in, and putting that fish in they do. Now both checkpoints are up and out of the way, but just Squidding is meeting a Lion's Moon in their base here, and just specials left and right, bloodshed left and right.
Yeah, it's gonna be left of the shot. T-Tech there to try and hold the space, and Cade. Lead is gonna flip back for the side of Just Squidding here. Very nice push coming from Just Squidding. Is gonna be able to hold on to that advantage state for a little bit longer. Actually, they're gonna have the advantage state in that Zuko double. My goodness, Cola.
Yeah, no, they're just gonna put these points on the field here. 7 is a solid lead right now, and just what Just Squidding needs, and they are still fighting for this pop at the base of Alliance Moon. Alliance Moon, of course, turning the field a little bit more orange here, and Zuko just doing everything they can to try and stop Just Squidding, but with 4 points on the board, taking it all the way down to 3. Just Squidding is not kidding around here. I'm just doing everything they can to just...
They really aren't kidding around. I mean, like I said, those points are down to 3. It's going to be really rough for them to push back here, Alliance Moon. Granted, if they have their specials ready and dialed up, they can make a really strong push. Those flanks are going to hurt, though, because they just took out the edit, and that's going to take a little bit longer than usual to get that cooler down and ready. But those numbers are not looking very advantageous as well. It's just left a Métis here with the Rainmaker getting picked off by that pencil, and now back into a neutral state with this half a match left on the clock. Woohoo.
And with the jetpack coming up, there's a little more pressure here on Alliance Moon, and actually taking a hit off of Ace right here. The Rainmaker's not in an ideal situation for Just Squidding, probably opting to let it reset here, just trying not to let Alliance Moon grab it and trying to make it through. So it is definitely something to keep an eye on, but with that reset, game is right back on, and Alliance Moon is a little bit more stuck in their base. Like, this rapid over the edge is huge in just keeping them from using that snipe point right there. And we are seeing some flank action. That might be a hammer to the Rainmaker, or not. Just gonna pop off right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be a delay wipeout for the side of Alliance Moon, so they're gonna have very lackluster defense going into this, and now Just Squidding has that court advantage and also has that court ping to try and stall this Rainmaker out. And remember, they're gonna need to try and dunk this to be able to win and get the extra points, but they're gonna get it down to a 1. The fish did not get on the pedestal. It's stuck right there at the moment, but it's gonna be 2 down. Ooh.
There it is! There it is! They were determined to put an end to this game with a knockout, and that they just did. Just Squidding, not kidding around, putting that fish right on the pedestal. That is a 2-0 set in the favor of Just Squidding.
Getting that fish on the pedestal was the ending blow for Alliance Moon. And Just Squidding, really, like you said, I wasn't kidding around. They showed force, they showed coordination, they showed picks, they showed power. They just outclassed Alliance Moon in these 2 games in this best of 3.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially looking at the beginning with such a strong push from Alliance Moon. That opening was amazing from them, but Just Squidding just came back around to give them a taste of their own medicine and just continuing to put that pressure until it cracked and it knocked right out.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be so interesting to see how Just Quitting is gonna move along into the bracket stage. And remind you, although this is the second strat on the stream, this is round 3 for most of these people at the moment here. So taking a quick look at Just Quitting on the bracket here. Let me double check. They are going to, I believe, let me see.
Where are they off to?
They are off to Hammerhead, most likely, because they have gotten 2 sets out of 3.
Yeah, that seems so right there. Yep, it has been marked that they are going right to Hammerhead. So good luck on those brackets over there. But I believe we are gonna have to go on a bit of a break before we make our way onto brackets. So don't go anywhere, guys, because it's gonna get good.
Great White is gonna be there in a bit. Yarr. Great White is here, people. Welcome back. It is going well tonight. Again, with Splat Fufu here. Say hello, everyone.
Hello, hello. You used my whole legal name back here. Not even Fufu, those flat Fufu. I got. Regardless, as you said, we are in Great White Bracket now with the teams. Mar has negative rizz versus Leek and Potato Soup. Negative rizz on Valentine's Day? That's crazy.
Yes, maybe something happened. It's an inside joke. We'll never know.
We will never know. That is very true.
Leek and potato soup, though. That's kind of peak.
That sounds really good, actually. I'm hungry now. I'm hungry. I just ate like 2
You
hours
just had
ago,
a
bro.
cheesecake, Fufu. Come on.
I just had cheesecake and it was delicious. Thank you very much. But
Yeah.
I'm go for some leek and potato soup. That sounds pretty yummy.
Here to share for the class, Fufu.
Nah, so mine, bro. Sorry. I'm just playing. Of course.
Yippee!
Yippee!
But yeah. I know nothing about these two teams right now, but seeing as someone has negative rizz at the moment, I would see why they're in SOS tonight.
That is an insane statement. Oh my god! That is you just got indirectly told to touch grass. That is crazy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, here's the roster. Here's the roster of the teams here. I don't know if anyone recognizes anybody here. I certainly don't.
But we do see the very person in the title, Mar, on Mar has negative rizz. Mar is a spotlight of the show tonight with a negative rizz on the radar today.
Mar on the star just had to let everyone know they had no rizz.
I wonder who came up with the name. I was just like, was it a Mar decision or was it the team who rises up against Mar on a? Ooh, that soup looks good.
On the page, on the picture, yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, no, that soup looks. Sorry, I have to pull away from Mars' negative rizz for a second and look at that leek and potato soup that is filled with rizz. Because why do I keep saying rizz? I gotta go. I gotta go, yo.
You did not just say the potato soup full of rizz. You did not just say.
I gotta be put down, man.
I know you're lonely for Valentine's, but you know you don't have to take it that far.
I am not that lonely. Come on now. I am perfectly sane and perfectly normal. But speaking of the game is beginning. Enough of the love talk here tonight. Again, we are stepping right into the bracket, and we are getting live.
Yeah.
We are looking at an amazing view
but there is a tax evader on the side of Leek potato soup, I think. Yeah, it is. I believe. Yeah. I think, right? Yeah.
Yep, the blaster.
Oh wait, no, it's a. Oh wait, no, the commentator, no, the streamer got into the. Yeah.
Oh, well.
And we're lacking us. Yeah. Yeah.
We love. Our streamer turned player right here. We were getting first row tickets.
I know what happened. We're missing Mar. We're missing the person who doesn't have rizz.
We lost our rizz so bad they had to be swapped out with our not a commentator streamer.
Oh.
Can't do this, dog.
Happy Valentine's, everyone. Don't worry. After us, there's going to be commentators who are actually a couple, and we'll lead you into this SOS better.
Yeah, we have the solidarity duo back here for now, but I swear you guys will get the couple for Valentine's Day right into the that's a festive mood. I guess we go say it the Valentine's holiday mood. Not sponsored by IPL. It is sponsored by IPL.
Not sponsored by anything in particular. Just, you're in the mood.
We're in the mood. The vibes had to be set.
Yeah. The stage is set though for both of these teams on Ship Tower. We can talk about that a little bit while we're waiting for Mars at the moment.
Oh my goodness. I love Ship Tower. Okay, actually no. Love is an understatement. I like Ship Shape. I love Ship Shape as a map in general. Honestly, it's a really fun map in general. But Tower's an interesting one. Words cannot describe words have stopped describing because my brain's just like.
Words have stopped describing is a sentence I would be every day, honestly. But yeah, I like this map a lot too. I don't care what people say about this map. It is just a really neat map that is still on the good side of most things.
It was definitely, especially when it released, it was one of those maps that marked like the maps actually changing here and was considered one of the better set of maps that have come out with this update. So I still love seeing it here, especially on these comp set lists. But again, we are seeing that Blaster come right back out to Activator.
Yeah.
We love to see it, and a much more meta-based comp with a triple shooter pencil comp.
Oh
my goodness.
Whoa. If that is Mar
the negative
and negative rizz, yeah, the negative rizz with, I would understand why they have negative rizz as well. The double shot pencil, it's definitely not a very attractive comp for anyone.
That is crazy
to play, but it is the most optimal comp that people can play. So I understand where they're coming from, and the junior with the bombs in the bubble as well is going to be a very huge thing for the tower pushes as well. But regardless, it is going to be one down for the side of Leek and Potato Soup at the moment here.
For sure. And Leek Potato Soup going another down here. The Mar has negative rizz is already trying to make her way in, but this crab meeting them right in the face and going down to the Zuka. That is currently 2 down on Leek and Potato Soup. Mar has negative rizz already making their way, pushing that tower, getting those points right out of here. Taking a little bit of family photo as before they go into the Leek and Potato Soup. They are making waves. Woo!
Yeah, they're making waves for the tower to go through that checkpoint, and like you said, Marv negative rizz here is going to be able to set this push up even stronger with the bubble and the cooler on the tower. They're just ready to keep hammering down and keep the hammer down to try and push this further and further to score more points, as the tower rider, the pencil, is going to be able to ride it down to a 31, successfully pushing into enemy territory with 1 left on their side right now. Leek Potato Soup.
Yeah, Leek Potato Soup having a... Oh wait, okay. Leek Potato Soup having a solid lead. Wait, who has the lead right now? Yes. Leek Potato Soup having an incredibly solid lead right now. I forgot how Splatoon worked for a split second here. Mar has negative rizz is already starting to retaliate. Members starting to go down on each side, and with these special starting to turn on like an amazing 180 shot there for Piki as well. That was amazing. Mar has negative rizz is finally starting to put some points on the board, taking out members of Leek Potato Soup right out of their spawn.
Yeah, definitely. I think what happened, Fufu, was the graphics was wrong for the colors. It was flipped, but you're good now. You weren't confused. I was too for a second. I just said what was on the screen. But regardless, misinformation avoided, and now we're going to be able to follow. Mar had negative rizz once again, actually this time pushing the tower through with a very deja vu scenario, actually though. But going down to a 29 is going to be able to swap the lead this time around instead of stuck on 31.
Yeah, an amazing lead swap and a rather clean one, if anything. Making a little bit of ring around the rosy around the tower at the moment. But these points are continuing to count down, going down to 10, even almost 10 here, stuck at 11. Mar has negative rizz is definitely proving otherwise, just absolutely just making the space, and Leek Potato Soup. Boom, with that double from the Zuka on top of that. That is going to be ground for wipeout. To add salt to the wound, Mar has negative rizz coming out on top. Game 1 going right to them.
They definitely didn't want the range blaster getting so close at that point of the game, because that's just free ledge camping for them, and it's going to be very much a very hard thing to clear out. And I think that's just what happened for Mar has negative rizz there. They're able to utilize that power that they had and push through.
Oh no, yeah, and push through they did. They came back, well, they activated their last ditch effort, and off they went to just push that straight to a knockout. It was rather clean there. It's like once they got it going, they were on their way. And honestly, their hold was scrumptious, if anything, by that end point. And that might even prove to be helpful here as we move on to Splat Zones, the hold mode of all time.
Zones of Rhombid is another map that's very scrumptious. The word scrumptious is perfect for this map, honestly.
It's scrumptious. I mean, considering we're working with food here, we have been working with food all around. We have Robo Ramen and we have Leek and Potato Soup. So man, like I said, I'm getting hungry. I don't know about you guys, but
I could use dinner too, honestly. I've had my dinner sitting there for like an hour now.
Oh my god, he didn't even munch between sets.
Nah, we ain't got time. These teams are more important right now because yeah, I'm gonna start with the Valentine jokes actually.
No, we're have to stop right in his tracks. But honestly, all these maps, especially to a backliner like ourselves, look really nice if anything. And both teams do have pencils on their side, so I feel like they're gonna have a trip here, especially on something like Splat Zones right now, which is really good for those pencils.
100%. Those pencils are gonna have a grand old time painting the zone over each other over and over and over again, and that's just what the pencil does the best. And you're gonna get cooler the best for your team as well. But we're gonna talk about it a little real quick. With how Leek and Potato Soup was running their comps, the triple shooter, double shot, pencil as well. It's gonna be. I would say they're gonna need a little bit of a change maybe to be able to win that, because um, it actually is the point where you'd have double Zuka and you lost. You know?
Yeah, and I think another player is that is the Mar has negative versus has a bit more diverse of a comp. I'm looking directly at that blaster, just being able to outrange practically everyone on the enemy team right there. So I think they would need to switch it up a bit in order to counter that, rather than just using the shots and depending on the Zuka to take them out. Especially when they add a stamper to that here as well. Seeing an E-leader come out instead. I love to see some E-leader on the field. That is a no cooler comp. They are going right
and they're daredeviling it with the respawn Punisher. That's not something you would see often nowadays. They're cooking for food. They're cooking.
They're going to cook here. They're using the range advantage to get it up on the pencil from afar, which is honestly not a bad idea. But considering all these Zukas that are on this field as well, well, there's still a Zuka on the field. Excuse me, but. Yeah, that first zone cap is going to go in the favor of Leek and Potato Soup. Just they're trying to peek over ledges, but not going to be able to have enough E to make a shot right now.
Yeah, and here comes the danger zone that's going to be for Leek and Potato Soup soon, because they're going to have cooler for the side of Mars and negative rizz to be able to push this. But it is looking like that is going to be very advantageous for Mars' negative rizz at the moment. It is just left for the E-leader to hold this ground by themselves.
For sure. And with 2 down right now on Leek and Potato Soup, Mario has negative rizz. He's gonna play similar song and dance that we saw from last game, going in and just attempting to keep Leek and Potato Soup out, especially seeing this blaster. Blaster on these ledges is gonna be great, and on top of these bombs hitting the leader's leg, that leader is gonna have trouble positioning with lots of pressure or not. They are sitting nice and pretty on that perch right now.
Yeah, very nice and pretty as well, but not pretty is that timer that's going to be taking down to a 27-26 as 2 down for the side of Leek and Potato Soup. This is looking very grim for them as Tax Evader able to hit one of the directs cleanly, and that's going to be a wipeout. Seals the deal for this game. Most likely, this is going to be Mars' negative rizz taking the W. Oh my god!
At the end, Mar has negative rizz, ending it with a knockout. A very nice note ending for them there, taking not only this game but this set, moving on to the brackets right here on Great White.
Mars a negative rizz. If you're watching or something, I don't know. You better show off your no rizz power more. I don't know what else to say.
Rizz power at this point.
Rizz power at this point, like the double negatives.
The 2 negatives make positive.
Yep.
Honestly, they just came in. I think just it was also a comp difference as well that made all of the difference. Just they had every means of range to keep Leek and Potato Soup out, and really all they had to keep at bay was that leader from a farther range, and that they pretty much exactly did, and it just led to a swift end of this Splatzone's game, and honestly just executed beautifully.
Yeah, definitely so. And they're gonna take the set moving on to round 2, like you said. That's just perfectly executed for them. But I believe that is for this game and also our time here. But we're gonna be waiting for a little bit here because the next set is gonna take a while. But before then, we're gonna just be a little bit of shout out here because like Fufu, this is your first time here. I'm glad you're here. Where can the lovely people find you?
Hi, yep, first time here on IPL, but you guys can find me at @SplatFufu on Twitter, here for a little backnight shenanigans and art here and there, so feel free to hit me a follow there. And Lila, where can the amazing people find you tonight?
You can find me on Twitter or YouTube under the handle of Lila Russ Vscope. I might be cooking up something for the weekends when I'm trying to clear it up because I have unfortunately been transformed into something else that I would not wish to disclose for now. But happy Valentine's Day, everyone. We're gonna be passing it to, I believe, IMAD and Six later, an actual couple, to be working you guys through those sets here. Fufu, any other remarks you want to give?
I mean, it's with the next people coming up, you guys are gonna have it here for the Valentine season. So again, don't be going anywhere because these next sets are gonna be amazing. That is both Fufu and Lila signing off for the night.
See you guys.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the semifinals of Swimmer Sync 138. It is I, Mad Gamer the Second, and I am joined by the wonderful and lovely Miss Pixie Six.
Hello, everyone. I'm super excited to be here for this Valentine's Day stream. Let's go, Splatoon on Valentine's Day. What can be better than that?
That's right. What better way to spend the Valentines than playing some competitive Splatoon? Our next set of teams is going to be GG Go Next versus OCE Pickup.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that stands for anything. OCE.
Isn't that like the initials for Oceania? Or am I completely mistaken?
I want to say you're completely mistaken, but I don't know. I don't live there. That could be it. What time zone would that be though? Wouldn't it be really early for them?
Could be. I is the way I think of it is complete opposite. So at the same time, but when it's AM is PM and PM versus AM, etc., etc.
So it wouldn't be too early. It'd be like, they just had their morning coffee. They're a little not all the way awake yet, but
And it usually differs just by an hour or two, depending on daylight savings and whatnot.
true.
What's funny is I was like, we have GG Link on OCE Pickup, but GG Go Next they're not on GG Go Next. They have the GG tag without GG Go Next. What is going on here?
It's mutiny.
It's mutiny.
They jump ship.
There's a spy. Do they know?
Do they know?
I suppose we should mention we are going to be starting out on Crab Lake Capital Rainmaker. Now, I have not seen exactly what these teams are bringing to the table just yet, but we are going to in just a second. Now, Rainmaker on... Oh, never mind.
This doesn't look like Crab Leg. This looks like a different map.
Or Rainmaker, for that matter.
Oh, was this a different mode too?
Yeah, it's Clamplets and Inkblot. Alright then. We're still seeing nothing.
Nope.
You see nothing. You
Just
saw
kidding.
nothing.
Not this one.
Anyway.
So yes, it will be in the future Rainmaker on Crab Lake Capital. How do you feel about that, iMad?
Well, I was gonna say, like, I haven't played too much of Rainmaker on. Actually, no, I take that back. I have like Rainmaker Crab Lake. I was gonna. Clamblitz is the one I see the most.
Yeah.
But Rainmaker is definitely a close second. I see quite a bit of Rainmaker action. It's tough because you still have that. I think it still has that grading over the middle. Like, I think for some modes it breaks off, especially like tower control, so you don't get that direct access from one side to the other. And I know we did see a pencil on the one side that has a lot of quite the vantage point up there, but you are quite susceptible to the Inkzuka, which I'm pretty sure I saw a squeezer on one side too. So you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for that.
Definitely. And this map is really good for Zuka. Just I don't know why. I guess it's because it's so open and those grades only protect very select spots on the map.
Mhm.
But I feel like a Zuka could hit you from anywhere.
Oh yeah, no, especially like a well-aimed Zuka. Just if you have to be paying attention, like as soon as you see that going on, you duck and cover, man. You gotta duck and cover.
I always feel like I'm safe behind all these walls that are in this map because there's like pits and then there's walls to hide behind. But no, if you get a good Zuka player, they'll know exactly how to shoot that to go over the wall and right directly on you. So you can't do anything. You're just gone.
Oh, absolutely. Now the nice thing about see Crab Lake, Clamblitz, you have a bit of a choke point in order to get to the basket.
With the ramp, yeah.
Yeah, the ramp. Rainmaker, I feel like it's even worse. Like you have the pedestal jump on the left hand side, and then you have the gradient on the right side. But we're still doing Clamblitz on Inkblot. Okay, so ignore everything we just said.
Is this the map?
Did we do it?
Did we do it this time?
They seem to be playing it out. All right, we're going into it. Clamblitz and Inkblot. This is like the complete opposite of Crab Lake.
I don't think there are complete opposites of maps.
Inkblot is a lot smaller. Like you'd have a lot of scuffles like this. The brush going in there, getting a nice kick on the bucket, and trying to find another one. It's like you have such close quarters, and you get fights all the time. You can't step out of time any sort of fight.
Wow, OCE gets a power time in really early. They have their whole team up there on the enemy's flat. They're really coordinating here, trying to get more points, but it looks like none of them have clams as of right now. Their back is still open. Now yellow team is trying to take control of mid here.
Play by OCE pick like that was barely 45 seconds and they got 2 balls into that basket down to 60 points. Right now it is GG Godex with the pace control and the man advantage, so they are going to be able to respond pretty quickly. And that is the other thing about having such a small map. Fast right there. All I gotta do is find an opening and here comes the strikes and that must just be
Like GG Go Next is able to get that power clam in there. They do have some other members of their team still on the flat, able to score some clams. So it looks like OCE is now taking control of their own flat once more. One does go down, but it doesn't look like GG Go Next can score any more clams here.
Yeah, that was a nice response from OCE pick up. Like they were able to recover pretty quickly. They didn't let them take the lead back. And so now they pretty much swapped the control. It is now OCE pick up with the control and making all the paint. And we did see a crab that did pressure on their flat, so now you see Leek here with the tri-slaughter trying to go in and get that pencil, which is one of the backbone of their defense pretty much. And they're going to have to take them down if they want to be able to get it back in. And here's what they do it from
I'm pretty impressed how OCE was able to spread out like that, even though they were just trying to corner the flat. There were members of the team on both sides of it already. It's just really quick at moving up like that, I suppose.
Especially like, looking at their top, they have the brush and then the 2 automatic tri-slaughter. Like they have a very aggressive and mobile comp. Like they are ready to move.
Looks like they are trying to move with that power clam there. I see a jump. Is there another jump? That's 2 jumps. Power clams. The score is down to 40 for OCE pickup. Looks like they are still getting some splats here on the enemy flat. There's a crab even getting some more clams in that basket, putting the score down even more.
We saw that three down off of OCE pickup. I freaking Zap that was left alive, but the map was so yellow. We didn't see them just playing around. GG Next didn't see them playing around. That was a very effective play to put the double ball in.
I just thought that the lone crab was just going to get splatted right away, but they didn't. They still tried to hold ground for their team. Had lots of that. That was cool.
They're now down to 2 minutes with a nice lead for OCE pickup, and they're holding ground pretty effectively now. Like, there hasn't been too much of a power shift quite a bit. I say that as 2 members of OCE pickup go down, several specials online for GG Connection, they're really trying to make it a big for mid, but really no power plans actually needed.
It looks like GG Go Next is trying really hard to get some splats here in mid before they move in. Using their specials to their advantage, they have that cooler there, but they're just not getting the picks that they want.
Well, at the very beginning of this game, you said they were very fascinating, and now both teams are trying to slow down a bit. OCE took up with that lead. They don't really need to make anything risky, and GG Go Next is kind of like getting a little bit nervous. Like they tried stuff that was more aggressive, but then got punished for it, and now they're just trying to make something that could be worthwhile. They have such a huge advantage back, but already the flank, once again, they are not watching that right flank.
No, they aren't. And OCE pick up takes advantage of that by getting in another power clam. They are scoring individual clams too right now. They only have 2 up, but they're still able to make the way to the basket. They're just so sneaky. They're just moving around to go next so easily. They keep scoring. Oh my goodness.
Dancing down that momentum there, the tree, or whatever you want to call it, staying alive, keeping the basket open, they're getting down to 11. Priceless trying to make something happen, not quite able to, so now it is once again GG Next to respond to that push, and when you're down to 20 seconds, such a huge lead, you need to come back. Inkling can have some map control to get anything started right now.
And we were talking earlier about how it almost seemed like a stalemate had OCE not already had the lead here, but they saw an opportunity and they went for it. They to get even more points. They didn't have to do that. They chose to do that, and it worked.
They started out the match just trying to break on the front gate. They found their way, they found the back door unlocked, and it worked out perfectly for them. And they're going to do it again to end this game. Game 1 going to OCE pickup with some pretty sneaky plays.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my goodness. OCE pickup was just so aggressive that entire game. They just had, I wouldn't even say control of the map. It was just that they were able to move so fast across it that GG Go Next just couldn't respond quick enough.
As much as GG Go Next had the house, OCE pickup was in their walls the entire time.
I agree.
But that was the thing, like, you wouldn't the way they were spread out like that, from a first glance, it's like, oh, they're not in a very organized right now. They're not unified, but they were waiting for those opportunities to follow up with their teammates. Like they just have one or two constantly trying to get around that defense, especially with having that back line, that anchor. It makes it hard to get through to that defense if they're vigilant, but being able to flank around like that, not direct facing them head on, they were able to just like get through the little cracks that they had.
I was seeing a lot of I would say offensive crab usage from OCE pickup. I feel like a lot of times crab is used more defensively to hold ground, to keep a team away from a certain area. But no, this crab was going for the aggression. This crab was going for kills. They were just trying to, be able to get their team to score more clams. And it was like on the ground where you usually see a crab standing farther back so they don't get splatted. But goodness, I wouldn't use a crab like that, but I'm glad that they did.
Oh, I know. Like usually, especially for Inkblot, you get to see those crabs just pop up on the stack right there because they have such that good advantage point. But I feel like between the pencil and just the Zooks that were coming out, like they got shut down too many times in the like, so they were a little bit more careful with how they used them. But going into was a tower control on Anchorage Market, and that is a vanilla roller coming out from GG Go Next.
Oh, interesting pick. I believe they had a shot there before. Wasn't it 2 shots?
I think he might be correct. They still have the 1 shot. They still running the double Zuka with that Neo, the Neo machine. Yeah, that roller. If they're able to get that roller into there, they can cause a huge amount of havoc. The other thing to contest what the plays are going with the Ink Rush on OC pickup. But right now it's not working out that much for them. They have 2 numbers down. OC pickup moving on up.
Yes, soon go down quickly for GG Go Next, and OCE pickup is once again just taking a lot of control of the map just by being quick, by being sneaky, by moving forward and not being able to be predictable by the enemy team.
Ooh, the double with the crab within the Zuka shot shuts down that power push before they can finish the checkpoint, but then they get responded to by a splat bomb. It's just the brush dancing on the power, keeping that tower in control, and they make it through the first checkpoint with Sister X in a prime position to keep that push going at civilization.
Ooh, that's a good first break for the brush. They do go down. Looks like GG Go Next is in a good position to defend this checkpoint as more go down on the side of OCE pickup. It's looking a lot less orange over here, so this is a good chance for GG Go Next to get the tower.
Yeah, it can be scary for Hackers to be teams like that because with the amount of ledge potential that they have that bucket and then their it's like it's hard to break out, but they did a good job of not letting it get to that push. Now is the opportunity for GG Go Next to make a push of their own with the player advantage.
And they look like they're in a good position. They do have all their members up, all members around the tower. I say that as one does go down, OCE pickup is trying to use their specials now to get GG Go Next off the tower, but Go Next is able to continue to move past this checkpoint. Oh, as the brush gets them down.
I'm just not really realizing that OCE pickup did pop to bring out the answer for this match. They're running a back line, and so that's going to be kind of contesting or just adding some home defense to their plays here. And with the 3 down off the GG Go Next, they weren't able to get through that checkpoint. So it was an advantage, and now as OCE pickup once again really
They are moving so quickly. Oh my goodness. Just watching how the brush moves, watching how this pencil moves even. Just very quickly trying to assess where GG Go Next is and trying to get those hits.
Once they have that lead or not, they don't need to make any sort of risky plays. So it's just awesome to punish GG Go Next whenever they're trying to push up. Like every time they try to make moves, you see a player get down, they just holding moves so effectively. And even with their kind of defensive play, they're just inching their way up and slowly making their way toward that next checkpoint.
Yeah, it looks like GG Go Next is trying to get into more defensive positions, knowing that the opposite team does already have the first checkpoint. They are using their specials now, trying to get OCE pickup to back off a little bit. Doesn't look like they're going down though.
I feel like they just haven't quite figured out how to handle that rush. Like the rush is so fast that like they're not expecting it to come up behind. They're not quite ready for it when they make their move. So it's like if they're able to figure that out, they can really get their roller and their rocket. In fact, they can do position on the top. They have to make it research as well.
Interesting how the pencil player knew that the flank was coming, but they couldn't really do very much to stop it, seeing as they are just a pencil and they can't really wait. The other players will notice, and they're all fast enough to get a pick while you're trying to wait for that one. It's so interesting to watch them move this quickly.
Absolutely. We are in another 2-3 down situation, and with the time the next thing happens, but use their own players, they're still going to be pushing this tower, still going to be holding this back corner. If they can survive, oh, they do not survive well.
They did try. Go next now has control of their side once more. 2 goes down, but it looks like they're in a good defensive position here in this corner, trying to wait out the specials from OCE pickup. 1 does go down on OCE pickup. They are trying to still move that tower though. They are around it. They're trying to get more points, but it looks like GG Go next is in too good a position for them to continue pushing.
OCE pickup, they have 2 checkpoints down, 30 points lead, and again, just so much control of the map because they're not going to push up, and they have a checkpoint to before they can defend that lead. It doesn't like they're going to be given a chance to do so, but 2 players down, they might be down, there's 3 players down, but the GG Booyah comes in, and they tap the tower.
Good game. Gosh, there was such an early lead, I feel, from OCE pickup, and they were just able to continue defending it, continue getting those picks to stop the other team from pushing as far as they did.
No, absolutely, and like they were GG Go Next. They were cooking. Like they swapped up their comp, trying to figure out how to respond to OCE, what OCE was throwing at them, but then they weren't quite able to pull through with it. Just like there was enough of the Enigma effect, the chaos on OCE pickups part that they weren't able to like really set up properly, like with the roller in the bucket, and even like their shot, just like there was nowhere for them to stand without them getting flanked.
It's hard to go up against a team like that when you're trying to be really vigilant of all those flanks, but also watch the objective to make sure that the points are still ticking down. It's a lot to focus on, and I feel like that they use that to their advantage. They were able to be really sneaky and get the picks and just like be a real threat.
I want to talk about that crab, the vanilla doolies. Like we know, we see how crab has not been as popular nowadays, how it's kind of fallen out of the meta. But in that last game, like that crab was used so effectively for so many times. Like I feel like every time that the OCE pickups push would kind of stall and GG Go Next would start to gain that advantage, the crab would come out and just kind of flip that back in OCE pickups' favor. And they were really good at popping that when they needed to hold out their hold, when they needed to kind of like stall out for a little bit of time to kind of re-grasp the control of the tower. And then they were able to get several splats or even just put so much pressure on them for their team to move in.
I feel like that's what Crab is known for. That's what Crab is good at doing, just like being a threat and holding space. And even though it's fallen out of favor for stuff like Trizuka, it's still good, special to utilize in situations like this. So OC pickup, just like I don't know how they came up with that team comp, but it works for them, and I'd love to see more of it.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, is this play L3?
I do not believe
so.
Just
kidding.
Yeah, it is going to be OCE pickup. Moving on to grand finals next. GG Go Next. Unfortunately, that will be the end of their run. But we still have one more set coming up. So stay hydrated, stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Swim or Sink 138. And happy Valentine's Day, everyone. We are here watching Grand Finals next with teams Mar has negative rizz against OCE Pickup. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the name.
I was saying that they are some very creative names in Top Cut tonight, and of course it had to be that one in Grand Finals. Okay.
It's always the meme names. It's got to be the meme names. That's what wins tournaments. I'm at
Oh, of course, just the bonus points
the
that get you
memes. The memes are what win.
in. Yeah, Mar has negative Riz, taking down Drown in Strife 2-1. So it was a pretty close game. Took it to about as much point time as they could. And so they're going to be going against OCE Pickup, which we just saw earlier in semifinals. A very aggressive, very mobile team, but we'll have to see what Mar has negative Riz has to offer. And I'm wondering what on earth Mar had to do to um
Have their entire team bully them like this.
exactly. What do they do to deserve this?
And on Valentine's Day of all things, come on.
Real,
Where's their
real.
spirit? I have to say, Mar could possibly have positive Riz. You gotta spin it. You know?
Well, they'll be using as all the Riz they can get in this next one. Hagglefish on zones. Traditionally, we saw a crab coming out from OCE pickup with those splat dualies. Hagglefish market zones, one of the most notorious crab map modes. Does that still hold up with the addition of the infamous pull? Do I wonder?
The pool. I'm not sure. I'm wondering how this will work out with their brush play too. How they're gonna be aggressive in Hagglefish, because it's just very well known where the flank points are, and so that they're going to be watched that whole time. I wonder if they're still going to be able to pull off all the sneaky things they did in the last round.
And it almost worked out for them on tower control because that right flank in particular opens up, and so it's because of the tower path is so much easier to go that way. But now you got a bit of a jump and a little bit of a grading there, a little bit easier to get called out and get kind of punished for taking that round. So I agree, it is going to be a little bit more difficult for that brush to make moves like they said we've seen before. However, they've been pretty committed to the brush, therefore they must have a lot of experience with the brush. Therefore, we're going to see some moves from them, whether the other team is expecting it or not.
Therefore, we better be seeing this brush on this next match here. Otherwise, we're going to be really disappointed.
We are going to be so disappointed. We're counting on you. But Mar has negative Riz. We have negative amount of idea what they're going to be bringing to the table.
That's right. It's less than 0.
Less than 0. But it is zone, so I wonder, OCE pickup, they did have a backlineless comp for clams.
That's right.
I almost expect them to bring out the pencil again for zones. It is a pretty strong pick for just the mode zones, especially for Hacklefish that they've shown they have pencil on before.
True. I think it is just a really good map mode to have a backline, especially just up on that snipe point, just waiting to get picks.
Like I said, it's like it adds that bit, that ironclad to the defense. It just makes it so much harder, especially for a flanking brush to just kind of make those moves, especially if they're watching on that canopy. And when you get into kind of like that lockout phase, if they're able to push up like that, it makes it even harder to kind of drop back down from your spawn. So it's overall an excellent pick. It is already a strong weapon to begin with, but on this particular map, it is a extremely strong pick. So we're going to be, again, very disappointed if they decide to not pick it.
Exactly. We're making all these predictions for weapons we've already seen them play, but they could do a complete 180 on us, flip it completely, do entirely different weapons that we haven't even seen yet.
Grand finals, let's not use any of the things that work so far. Let's mix up something.
Let's experiment. This is the greatest time to experiment.
Indeed. But yeah, we've seen the craft coming out. We've seen the pencil. We've seen some machines on both sides, if I remember correctly. So that I would have to say, even Trislasher as well. So I would expect some sort of buckets to be in play. Inkjet, another fine special to be used in a Hagglefish, because you can get up and just have that vantage point on the top. But again, you have to watch out for when there's a pencil in play.
That's true. That's true. Could be that. Trying to think of what else. I just know on zones to have a bubble is a good pick too, but weapons that have bubble are not in favor right now.
Until the new Brella comes out, of course.
Right. Until the new Brella comes out. That people will be playing exclusively that.
That and all of that. There will be lobbies full of the new recycled Brella.
Well, I mean that does happen.
That does
when
happen.
new weapons come out, people play just those weapons, and you get the craziest team comps.
That's so true. I was gonna say 52 though. 52 would be a nice play for Hagfish zones. Splash Wall in particular, because of the addition of the pole. Just like you throw a Splash Wall down, it's like a mini bubble. Just of how narrow the area around the zone is. You can just wall off so much space of the zone and make it so much harder for them to cap it. And with how long Hagfish is as well, those killer whales can do some damage when the 52 is running at you.
I thought you were about to talk about the new 52 with the screen.
The screen?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, no, that would not be a good pick. Actually, don't do that.
Yeah, because Curler Bomb is so OP right now. Yes, we need more of that.
Especially to get up the little stage that's in the middle there. It's great to throw curling bombs. I know this as a sploosh player.
Alright, seeing the pencils coming out, love to see it. Crab is making a return. Seeing the Stamper Neo, not the Stamper Nouveau, mind you, the Stamper Neo with that crab as well. So they're going to be crab on crab violence. The Range Blaster, love to see that coming out. A lot of chip damage, a lot of ledge getting coming out. The Wave is also another fine stuff. Especially when you go to the Pizza Crab, that's where it's huge giant is in Pizza Crab.
Looks like next here is getting those early picks with that brush, because like we predicted, they're jumping out now, but they're still doing some pretty aggressive plays here. Mara's negative rizz now pulling out the crab to reestablish space here in mid. There is a wave breaker. They are trying whatever they can to hold the zone here. Looks like they're able to keep all the numbers alive, even though there was a sneaky fight by OCE. But they're able to hold it so well. I'm impressed.
Zelda's trying to aid that brush. They weren't quite able to hold that, but then the crab came out and finished them off. So now it is going to be OCE pickup, taking back the zone, going back for that lead that they have. But see, once again, the pencil up on that canopy, watching for those RPGs just did not get around. So they're going to be able to contest that zone and try to push their way forward. So it's only the Disney Online and not going to find a spot just as yet, but now the tool is out and that's going to go to the table.
I'm seeing something for Mar has negative rizz. They're doing what PP Go Next could not. They're really punishing OCE for all of these sneaky flanks. They're finding them, they're seeing them, they're splatting them before they can do any real damage, and it's good for Mar that they're able to react so quickly. But as I say that, they are currently not in control of zone. They're trying to get some picks here before they continue to push up. But it looks like OCE pickup is able to continue holding it for a little longer.
They're doing a good job of keeping an eye for those flanks, keeping that rush under control, but they weren't able to really hold out against that last push because they had too many of their players go down, and now they lost their control. But even so, like, they recovered fairly quickly. Like, they lost the lead there, but they already have 200 down, no penalty, and they're going to be able to get that lead back in just a second. And that brush, once again, not being able to delay off that jump.
Mara's saying the rizz now in the lead with that last push there. They're trying to continue to hold the zone, but it looks like OCE pickup is doing a pretty good job of changing the middle right now. Yes, now they are in control, trying to push up, getting 3 picks off of Mara's in the rizz. Oh, it looks like this brush is pushing up now, getting aggressive, just like we know that they do.
I love the play right there. As we were watching the brush come in from that left side, they were called out and they weren't able to do much on their own, but then the dually went in from the right side, pincher them between the two. They got hit by the dualies. Brush came in with a finish off, 3 were down, and now once again, Brush shut down that grab before they could even get started. OCE took a hold onto that lead and still in the game.
Oh, definitely. Mara's in the rizz now 2 down, having a lot of trouble keeping paint on the ground. OCE is just still able to be really sneaky, to move really quickly, to be aggressive getting those picks. Looks like they're trying to punish Mar now with all of these just throwing bombs, just throwing whatever they can at the opposite team.
The brush, when it can't really get in to do its thing, it still has a fantastic hit between the bombs and the rails. They can just poke at them constantly. Once again, that crap might get set up to be used. We go down to 10 points with a knockout range for OCE Pickup, and they're going to be able to hold on to it for the last point they need, and they're going to be taking game 1.
That was a great game. Oh my goodness. I thought Mar has negative rizz really had OCE in the beginning there. They were really punishing those flanks, stopping them from moving up, but I'm guessing they just got overwhelmed this time around.
Yes, indeed. Like they were able to kind of combat what OCE Pickup was bringing to the table, but I felt like it was the constant pressure. Like even if they stopped one flank, maybe 2 flanks, maybe 3 flanks, there would be another flank after that, just constantly, and just it wore them down. And we saw several successive pushes, even if the flanks didn't get them. Just the overall special pressure that came in took down too many of their members, and they had to back off. And once they gave up that ground, OCE Pickup came in, moved in, and just held onto it for so long.
All right, now next match we're going to see Rainmaker on Scorched Gorge. I'm trying to think if we will see similar team comps here. I know that backline is favored with the snipe points on this map. So I'm thinking we're still going to see Pencil. I'm thinking we're still going to see crowds from both sides. I'm not sure what else might change. Although it is a really different map from Hagglefish Market, I think that the play here is pretty similar.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the Rainmaker, the mode, and Scorched Gorge, the map, they are at odds with each other. Because on the one hand, you have a very volatile mode that is Rainmaker. You want to have that kind of mobility that comes with the backline that's come to be able to move the Maker. But, like you said, Scorched Gorge is a pretty big map. It is not even big like Hagglefish. It is very wide, very open in the middle, and we are not going to Scorched Gorge.
No, we're not. We've been lied to yet again.
Is this once again the misclick of our team here, or are we going to be actually seeing Rainmaker on Undertow?
Let's see what our players do. Are they moving up? Nope, they are not moving up.
I did see that there. Was I mistaken? No, I was not mistaken. There's not counterpicks in here, so that could have been the solution. But no, we are still going to be going to Scorched Gorge. The mode was still correct, though. At least we had that 1 out of 2.
That's okay. I think there were less rounds or something, and so maps got changed from how they were originally. So there's a little bit goofiness, a little bit of a miscommunication, but that's okay. That happens.
I should have been paying attention to the comps, because like we could have gotten a sneak peek of what they're going to be running.
Well, you don't know that they're going to be running those weapons. Sometimes the teams, they get a little silly. They know that the match is going to be canceled right away, and they pick a weapon that they don't play.
That's true. I could have sworn I saw a Nova in there.
Did you?
I think I did. But
I know I saw a Reflex.
Oh my goodness.
And I know nobody's going to play that here. I just know it.
Watch them pick Reflex.
No, they better not.
They're going to pick Reflex.
They're not going to.
Any reflexes in chat? No reflexes.
No reflexes in
But
chat.
we are going to be seeing the Vanilla Bug coming out, Strix and the Bombs. Interesting pick there. And both teams opting for the Pencil with that as their back on. So still going to be going for that range kind of. Rates in the middle going to be super handy to have hooked up in.
Let's do it good on the quickly on the side of OCE. Mara's negative rizz. Oh, able to push up now that 2 are down on OCE's side. They are trying to get some space here, trying to move. But that Pencil is really establishing a hold on that ramp.
Like they had a nice early, I can't think of the word, advantage there. They're trying to make use of it, but there's enough players from OCE to pick up some kind of defend here. I say that right as they go down for the brush once again. In places we don't expect them. They're going to be canceling out the negative, but not quite enough. They're going to be able to pick it up and jump in for that checkpoint.
Wow, I'm impressed with Mara's negative rizz that they're able to be this aggressive. They're able to push forward this quickly. OCE Pickup is doing whatever they can to move Mara has negative rizz off of this right side here, but they are able to push it forward, able to move a little bit more, get the score down to 30 as OCE Pickup continues to paint around the Rainmaker.
They were down, possibly delayed for just the Pencil, and they might be refund. They're going to be, OCE is going to be moving up and countering that. They're going to be picking it up and going for checkpoint of their own. Whales in, strikes are out, and they are going to be indeed don't get a time to get back that lead, but down down their pencil right now and their brush.
Yeah, it looks like they're not in the same position that Mars Negative Rizz was able to get any more points from this push here. Looks like Mars Negative Rizz able to go back to mid fairly quickly, establish some more of the control of the map here. They might have one player down, but look at mid, it's mostly blue now.
The Mar has taken Rizz something an excellent first pick up. Also, it's equally impressive. I want to see going into the match like if Mar has taken Rizz is able to kind of hold up the over the map, just that I think they have to use it, or if they're more of a sprint team than a marathon. Because so far, OC Pickup has been showing they can run the marathon. As Mar has been
Oh, it looks like they are right now. They're able to get these picks, able to hold against the enemy team pretty well right there on that ramp. Right now, both of the same number of players trying to establish control of mid. Looks like they're really throwing everything they can at each other, trying to get a pick, trying to move forward because they can't get one. We do see some specials come out from OCE pickup, but they're still not in a great position to grab the Rainmaker right now.
Yeah, it's a bit of a scam, like they're both kind of poking at each other, trying to find some sort of opening. You see OC pick up, moving in, getting the shot down, getting the blaster down, but they lose their bucket in the process. So they are at a bit of stalemate, just trying to find that OC pick up perhaps see something. Crowd can be popped. We'll see if they're able to make use of it. They have a bit to go back, and that pencil is watching them.
It looks like there were two crowds on the field trying to establish control here, but it looks like Mars Negative Rizz able to stop the Rainmaker. It looks like they're having trouble against that killer whale though. They're able to move OCE off of their the ramp here, moving down back into mid.
Pick up, winning kind of that stalemate, the battle is going to move, but then because of their spawn as well, because Mars has been able to respawn and start using something immediately, but once again, OC picks up with the pressure, still in control of mid, pick up Maker, going for another attempt, and getting jumped.
Just the rate at which Mars and the Rizz can get these picks is just astounding. It's so quick. OCE finding themselves in positions to push forward, but as soon as one of them goes down, that's it. That's the end of the push.
Possibly going to be taken down, trying to find another one there. In this position here, but the defendant on tower is going to stop the Maker. An excellent stop there as we were getting down to 5 seconds here, and 2 members are down. They're going to be trying to hold this damage in the corner, but the pencil is a nice shot, getting one, then 2, just stopping them from being able to push the Rainmaker. And I don't think they're going to get overtime unless they can pick it up again, because they both left to touch it.
Looks like OC Pickup is just trying to throw bombs now. They can't even get back to mid. They can't fight the pencil. They can't get around it. And they're having trouble now trying to pick up the Rainmaker. The Rainmaker did reset. Will they be able to pop it before they did it? They did pop it. Let's see if they can grab it, but they can't as the timer goes down.
Picked it up 1 second too late. They were able to get it, but not before time ran out. And that is going to be Mar has Negative Rizz with the match in their favor, so it is bringing up to 1-1. They are able to win that marathon.
Oh goodness! I'm glad they gave OCE Pickup a run for their money there. They showed that they were not to be messed with. That they understood the assignment. That they knew what they had to do against that brush and their sneaky comp.
Yeah, but we'll see if they're able to keep it up, because we're back to Clambless and Inkblot Art Academy, the one that OCE Pickup pretty much ran away with in their semifinals match. I would expect to be seeing a very similar comp from before, just the speed and mobility they had. Is Mar has Negative Rizz going to be able to keep their awareness about them, keep their wits about them, and keep an eye out for those flanks?
I think Mars Negative Rizz has shown that they can keep up with OCE Pickup. I think they've shown that they know where to look for those flanks. They know how to keep an eye on it and to stop the push before it goes forward. It didn't exactly work out for them on Splat Zones, I think just because they got overwhelmed so quickly. So as long as they're able to stagger their specials to control the map, I think they can pull it off here for Inkblot.
Yeah, and I also like to say, like, the first match of a set, if you haven't faced a team yet in the tournament, it is a bit of a gamble because you're still trying to figure out, okay, what is the other team going to be running? What are they going to be throwing? What is their play style? And once you have that first match, you get that sense of what the other team is doing. It feels like Rainmaker Sports Scores, they were catching on to OCE Pickup's play style, and so they're able to play more effectively against it. Going to Columbus Inkblot Art Academy is going to be like they had Rainmaker Sports, they had that extra experience, so now they are a little bit more prepared and maybe can bring something that will completely shut down OCE Pickup.
You know, when you just said Inkblot Art Academy, like the full name, that threw me off for a second. I was like, what map are you talking about? No, it's just Inkblot to me.
There is no Art Academy.
There is no Art Academy.
We are going to be seeing a 52 in play. I mentioned it earlier for Hagfish, but we're going to be seeing it in play here. I can't remember what weapon that swapped out for, but we are seeing OCE pick up with their OG Clams Inkblot comp here with the Brush Dualies and stuff, and Cyclops going for that full aggression.
They lost their crab.
They did lose their crab. So correct, they're not going to be running the crab, but still with the crab, still with the ball, still running at the full speed ahead. Shot going down, Brush is going in. Are they going to be able to open the basket? They are going to be open the basket. 40 seconds in.
Yeah, they're doing what we saw earlier, just really running up to the enemy's plat right away and holding space, being aggressive. And it's worked out for them here. They're still able to keep the enemy team on their toes, still able to get these kicks even though they're not in the most advantageous position.
I honestly can't say which I'm more impressed by, the speed at which they got the clams or the speed at which they were able to put them in the basket. Once again, two members of Mar has mentioned down. OC has picked up with the ball, so much match defense, and they are going for another run at that basket. Is Mar having a good chance to defend it? That pencil is going to be backing up so quick as basket.
Oh my goodness. It's so orange over there. It's hard to see where the team is going to end up just because OC Pickup has so much control. They are trying to get more clams here. It doesn't look like they're able to score. Now Mar has negative rizz, has control of their plat once more. It's painted blue. They have all their players up. They're trying to make a push. It looks like they're trying to control mid, but they're just not able to even get that far.
They are running the vanilla tri-slasher, which has that jet and the miss. The one thing Mar has to do right now is just to stay alive, and they are not doing that quite effectively because it seems like they can get back in the mid pretty well, but then they lose a couple plays, and that is just so much of the defense, so much control. And they have the plans, they just shot into the basket once they have their defense down.
I'm trying to think now because OCE Pickup has run this comp a few times. Is this just a map mode they know really well? Is that how they're taking advantage of the other teams so well? Yeah, they knew exactly how to pop that, exactly how to get those kicks there. OCE Pickup trying to continue to score, but it looks like Mar and the Rizz has control of their plat once more. Although that Brush is trying really hard to be sneaky, really hard to get some more clams in there, but they are not able to.
But to your point, like you're right, it does feel like it's a favorite map mode of theirs, but just how well their brightness and how well they seem to attack. But they are on point. Like Mara thinking Rizz has nowhere to go. They are locked out constantly on the back foot, and that basket is just opening and opening and opening. They are not able to stop them.
I'm impressed by how OCE Pickup is able to continue to get the pick, to continue to pressure that pencil even though they're backed up. They're not anywhere near the flat. And still OCE Pickup is able to throw things at it to get it to move enough that they can continue to score.
And like at this rate, it is going to be Marvin thinking they're going to have so many of the pretty clans, but they're just not going to be able to use them because of how fast OCE Pickup is just pushing back in. Like right now they have several clams for power clams, and they are right on the door. All they need is just the foot in the door to get those in. That lasers might be that way in.
Yeah, it looks like that Brush is trying really hard to get back up on enemy flat, but they're not seeing a great opportunity for them. They're jumping out now, waiting for their team to get these kicks before they push up.
gets to the trifle, trying to go for this thing, but once again, the pencil kind of called it out, took him down, doing thing. And now we're seeing where OC is having trouble getting back in. And Zoom is down, boards it down. Mar has negative rizz. This is the first opportunity to get to the basket. And they have so many power climbs at their disposal. Like, they can put a bunch of points in there.
Yeah, I guess they've just been keeping all those powers from when the basketball get open, and now they're in a good place to get a lot of points and they're able to score.
Too much time on the map, and they don't have too much time before it. Specials come online for OC Pickup. The RC and lasers online from the brush. If that grab gets popped, that's going to be such a huge hurdle for them to get past.
Goodness. I'm waiting for Mar to get a pick here with the pencil. They are getting hits. They are getting some members. They are hitting their shots, but they're just not able to get any picks. They're moving too quickly. They're healing too fast, and even though Mars and the Rizz had so many power clams, they were just not able to push up.
That's so unfortunate. That's going to be a straight wipe for Mar has negative rizz. And the brush going in and just ending the game with that power clam right there. There was a point where like both teams were at a standstill. Like it was finally Mar has negative rizz with control of mid on knocking on the door of OC Pickup for the first time that whole match. But they couldn't get in. OC Pickup's defense was locked down tight, and all it took was like one splat, one misstep by Mar has negative rizz, and then they just went after him. We saw that brush. They just beeline. They took down at least 2 or 3 players before they went in and ended the game with that basket open.
Yeah, I was almost mystified for a second because I was just waiting for
something.
Waiting for something to happen, waiting for Mars negative rizz to finally push in. They were in such a great position with all of those power clams if they had just been able to move forward to score any of them, but there was just not a good opening. The picks weren't happening. I think OC Pickup just knew what to do. They knew how to move to not get splatted at all. And even though they were still just dancing around their plat, they were able to protect it enough that Mar has negative rizz could just not get in.
Like on paper, Mar has negative rizz had the best positioning possible for Inkling Art Academy, but I felt like it was a race for specials. Literally no one on either team had anything online except until the brush pulled up their lasers, and then we saw the Zuka coming out from Mar has negative rizz. But like by then, their hold was starting to fall apart, and they kind of almost like went in too soon. Like we saw 2 members, one of them with the ball, completely calling them out, and the brush just all I had to do was step up and clean them up, and then it was game over at that point.
It's so hard when you're dancing around with power clams like that because you are seen. The enemy can see you, so it's even harder to make that push. But when your entire team has power clams, it's like, what do? You either have to be really aggressive or wait like this team did. But if you wait and there's no opportunity, then there's just nothing you can do. It's sad. I really was waiting for them to do something.
Indeed, but we are going to be going for match point for OC Pickup in the grand finals of SOS 138. Also, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in and hanging out with us. This has been an exciting matchup for sure.
Thank you, Falco. I see you. I recognize you. Game recognizes game. That's what that is.
Alright, I'm looking at what we got coming out here. Neo Machine for the side of OC Pickup. No changes for Mar has negative. They're taking that Stanford Blaster combo. I honestly say that could work out pretty well for the control. I don't know enough about this map to say about that combo, but OC Pickup, they're already going for the flame stack, I'll tell you what.
I was gonna say it did change up a little bit because they have the crab back. They didn't have the crab back.
You're right, that was what they were running for, that crab. I totally forgot.
And in the last match, they didn't have the crab and they lost, so maybe they decided it was the crab. It was the crab all along that let them win.
Well, they certainly have that crab throwing their face. OC Pickup with the first control power of this game. And they really have them. Come on, they just push back. Like, look at all the purple that's out there right now.
I'm impressed with how OC Pickup has Mars and Rizz pushed back so much, considering they're still all dancing around the tower. They're not pushed that far forward. They're just able to paint it well enough that Mars and the Rizz cannot move.
And like to follow up that they just lost two of their members, and like by all accounts should have ended that first. No, they're still on the tower. They're still keeping it going. The duelies going ham on this corner. They are going to be going through this last course here, and I think it's just really just catching up at all.
So soon in this game, oh my goodness. But it looks like Mars Negative Rizz now has control of their side once more. It is painted green. There is the same number of men up from both sides, although one goes down from the side of OC Pickup. Maybe this is the time for Mars Negative Rizz to get some points.
With 3 down off of OC Pickup, getting to stop moving forward. That is going to almost get points out of the way. So it's clean shots that KO if they can do that again. But now Mars Negative Rizz, they're the ones in control. They're trying to push up with a brush, just wrecking havoc. Getting 2 right there. They are getting taken down, but effectively just stalled out that push. Now it is in control of that actual area. And the defensive behind jumped in, just down again.
So many trades for both sides. Goodness, we're just watching this corridor here. As soon as someone drops down, a pick happens. It doesn't matter which color it is, one of them goes down. There's a lot of trades happening now as Mar has Negative Rizz trying to get back towards tower. They don't really have a lot of paint control anymore, though. It looks like OC Pickup has pushed them back once more. It looks like... Goodness, I can't tell who has tower. OC Pickup has control of tower. Same number of people on up from both sides, but nothing is really happening. It's a stalemate in mid here.
It seems like Mars, they're throwing stuff out, but it's not quite hitting the mark. They're losing speed on them here. One jumps out, one jumps in just to get splatted. OC Pickup is pushed so far up. That brush is in. Forget their walls, they are straight up in their attic right now, and they can't do anything about it.
Oh goodness, Mars Negative Rizz trying to find some good defensive positions to hold, but it's too much. OCE is just too mobile here.
Down on the one hand, 3 on the right, it is with the glass, trying to hold his corner, but they are going to need to find the pocket. Once again, no checkpoints left for OC Pickup, so unless if they can get through this gauntlet, which they are
dancing around the tower here.
They are going to be knocking it out. They are going to be taking game 3 with hardly any sort of like pushback from Mars Negative Rizz.
Goodness, what a great game. Mars Negative Rizz just was not able to hold their side very well here. I don't know. Maybe they got psyched out or something. It's hard to say. This one went a lot quicker than the other matches, so.
If Clambless Inkblot was their most practiced map mode, Tower Control Shipshape must be their second most practiced map with how fast they took that on. Or maybe they just don't like Scorch Gorge, who knows?
That's true. I don't know.
But yeah, it's like even with the return of that stamp or the return of that crab for Mars Negative Rizz, just like they weren't quite able to stamp to the pressure. Like they were keeping up pretty well in those first 2 matches, but then whatever OC Pickup was doing those last 2 that we just saw, they crumpled so fast.
I was impressed this time by not just the brush making the flanks, but by those dualies too. Just being able to roll around and get those picks so quickly. Just having 2 threats like that is so hard to fight against. And even though, like I mentioned a whole bunch of times, it didn't seem like OC Pickup had a lot of control of the map. They were just able to move so quickly around it that it didn't matter if it wasn't painted.
Right, and even in game 1, we saw just how well coordinated that brush and the dualies were, just coming in from both sides of the map and pincering them with the double flank. They were doing that again quite effectively in those last couple of matches as well.
Well, I believe this was a best of 5, correct?
It is a best of 5, so that will be OCE Pickup, your Swimmer Sync 138 champions, taking on the grand finals 3-1. They just won the tournament.
Wow.
They just closed out the night for us.
Congratulations, you won Valentine's Day.
Woo!
Woo!
The tournament to end all tournaments.
Yes.
Yes, but unfortunately that does mean we will have to wrap things up here. But before we do, would you like to shout yourself out?
No.
Well, that was the lovely Miss Pixie Sis with me, and it is I, the Mad Gamer. You can find me in all the usual places: Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at iMadGamerII. I'm hoping to do some streaming in the next week or so with Side Order coming out. Hyped beyond belief. I can't even tell you.
Hey, I'm mad.
Yes.
Love you.
Love you too. And I hope the rest of y'all have a good Valentine's Day. Thank you all for hanging out and thank you all for watching. And thank you to our TOs and to our streamer for running this. It's been a fantastic swimmer scene.
Shout out production!
Woo! All right. Have a good night, everyone.